What up, my ding-dongs?
Our fellow ding-dongs and dingalies.
Whoa. I don't think you can say dingalies.
I can't say that? Oh, shoot. All right, we got to start over. Start the whole thing over.
We got canceled. God damn it.
All right. We're going to be doing part 3 of the reserve list rankings for cEDH, but not really, because it ends up just being a crap fest of just absolute garbage cards. So we end up just having some fun and shooting the shit over these terrible cards. So
that's okay with me, Ian, because these are some of my favorite videos.
I know. I wish more people, like, they're super fun, and then, like, listening back to them, they're hilarious. I don't know why more people don't listen to them, but it's probably because they're like, yeah, the reserve list is garbage. We know. But sometimes let's talk about garbage. Garbage doesn't get
Let's talk
enough.
about why they are garbage.
Yeah, exactly. So to review the ranking system, essentially we rank them from 1 to 5, 1 being... This is like a holy crap, even in casual, even in a bracket 1 themed deck, this probably wouldn't see play. It's that bad. It's just, why was this printed? 2 is, this would never see cEDH play, but it's probably good in casual, or maybe not good in casual, but it's at least like, okay, I see what they were going for. This isn't just a completely, waste of an effect. It's maybe overcosted or whatever the case is. And then a 3 is kind of in the middle where it's like, it could be cEDH super fringe, or it's so close. It's like, okay, this would have been so good, but something's missing, or it's just a little too expensive, but it's probably decent and casual. 4 is more like deck specific stuff, not quite the fringe, but like, I'm trying to think of an example. I know this isn't on the reserve list, but something like that 4-drop Linvala, the Angel, where activated abilities of opponents' creatures can't be activated. I think that's what it is. Something like that, where every deck isn't going to play it, but a lot of stacks decks would, and it's a pretty good effect. And then something that's a 5 is like, this is a cEDH staple, or if it were legal in the format. So we always use the example of Black Lotus. If Black Lotus was legal, it's on the reserve list, that's going to get a 5. Like, every deck would play it, no matter what. So
fucking spoilers.
Yeah, I know. We're actually going to get to Black Lotus today, which is awesome. Yeah, the A's were a lot of trash. So we're getting into the B's today. We did do a couple. We did Badlands, Baki's Curse, and Balduvian Hydra last time.
We did do all the fucking dual lands when we did Badlands. So I know Bayou is on the screen right now. We're just going to skip over that because...
We might just mention it briefly, but we'll probably just skip over. And then I'll be keeping track of our rankings, and then at the end we'll kind of review the overall, from this episode, what were the highest and lowest ranked, and then maybe the overall of what we have done so far. So, Trevor, if you want to kick us off and do that first one right there.
Balduvian Trading Post?
Yeah.
I was actually worried about that fucking word.
You nailed it.
I nailed it. If Balduvian Trading Post would come into play, sacrifice an untapped mountain instead. If you do, put Balduvian Trading Post into play. If you don't, put it into its owner's graveyard. And then it taps for 1 generic and a red. Or you can pay 1, tap it, and Balduvian Trading Post deals 1 damage to target attacking creature. And it's a land. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of good.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, I don't think any cEDH decks play it, and they probably shouldn't. But it's like
probably not
in a casual deck, especially mono red, where you're going to have, mountains. because mana bases, even in casual nowadays, are so finely tuned where everyone, you don't see as much basic lands. But I guess it doesn't have to be a basic mountain. It just has to be a mountain. But you don't want to sack like your, steam vents for this or anything. But it does tap for 2, which is nice. And then, so if you have any untapped synergies, it doesn't enter tapped. And I do kind of like the, like, extra damage. So let's just say you have a 1/1 and someone's attacking you with a 2/2. You block it. Who cares about your 1/1 and then deal the damage to the attacking creature. I mean, I like effects like this. I wish they were a little more relevant, but it's not terrible. Like, and everyone will realize that this is your first episode. There's a lot of 2s because 3 is like, it's hard to say this is a 3, but I don't know. I could see like if you had some sort of untapped synergy, it's not terrible. I don't know. I want to say it's a 2.
So I think we're in agreement here, and that brings us to everybody's favorite game, which is just the reserve list drinking game, which is whenever we name something as a 2, you take a drink. And then I also think if we ever go on a 3-minute rant, take a drink.
That too? That's going to happen every time. I think that we talked about this card for 3 minutes. So that's 2 drinks right there.
No, I mean like an off-topic rant.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I feel like that's appropriate.
Like all our celebrity friends that we got into last time.
And they won't
we still need to try and get Brad Pitt on the podcast. Yeah, I don't know why he won't call us. That's just so odd to me. But all right, so that one's marked down as a 2. I'll take on the next one. So we've got Balm of Restoration. It's 2 other mana for an artifact, and it has pay 1 and tap it. Sacrifice Balm of Restoration to gain 2 life or prevent up to 2 damage to any player or creature. I hate these kind of effects. There's so many of them, like where it's like prevent 1 damage or 2 damage. Screw that.
It's they don't do enough, and especially in a format when you have 40 life, 2 damage is like just a drop in the bucket.
Even to protect a creature, it's just... Yeah, it's just not... Even in the old days when this was printed, what is that, 94? Yeah, Fallen Empires is notoriously the worst set in Magic. I think it's usually debated between Fallen Empires and Homelands. I'm pretty sure Fallen Empires is worse. Homelands at least has like a couple cards that you might use, but Fallen Empires is like, holy shit, this is awful. And yeah, even in like the early days of Magic, I know creatures weren't as powerful and everything, but it's like, 2 damage, it's nothing. Even in a 20 life format, it is just terrible. So that's a 1. That's a 1 from me.
Yeah, that's a 1. I don't see it being useful, even in casual.
Yeah, it doesn't fit any synergies. Sorry, Balm.
Balm of Restoration.
All right.
I like the artwork,
Take
though.
on the next one.
But,
yeah, no, the artwork's kind of cool.
Baron Sengir, who is a legendary vampire creature. He's 5 and 3 black. He's a 5/5 flyer. And whenever a creature deals damage to Baron Sengir, this turn is put into the graveyard, put a +2/+2 counter on Baron Sengir, and then you can regenerate it. No, you can regenerate another vampire by tapping it. Okay, I can see this being good in, like, Edgar Markov.
Yeah, it's like a casual... It's a fun... Like, this is a great fun themed like vampire, like your casual vampire deck. I know Edgar Markov isn't really casual. That was actually the first cEDH deck I ever built, or not cEDH, just commander deck. And I didn't know anything about it. I was like, this is my first deck. And I would sit down with people and they were like, oh, fuck you. I'm like, what? I like vampires. This is kind of cool. And they're like, you know what you're doing. And I'm like, I mean, not really. I did start to realize I don't think it's as I actually don't. I don't think it's as oppressive as people make it out to be. But yeah, in a really casual environment, honestly, you probably I didn't even run this card because it's better to just run all the 1-drops and then the 2-drops, and then you start only putting in 3 and 4-drop vampires if they're like really good and boost up the power of your other ones or give them all flying. And it's so easy to just swarm the board in an Edgar Markov deck. And then you basically almost have kind of like a pseudo Crater Hoof type effect. Not really, but with you actually playing Edgar Markov from the command zone as like your final, alpha strike on the table. But this would, in a more powered down, maybe this is the commander and you have a mono black vampire casual deck where you can regenerate them and, whatever. It's cool though. I like the art a lot.
Oh yeah, that rat tail
vampire. Yeah, I like the rat tail.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. What are you thinking, Ian? 2?
Yeah, 2. Take a drink,
All right,
everyone.
Take a drink. Also, drink responsibly.
Yeah, mostly.
For the love of God.
Okay, so we've got Barreling Attack, which is 2 red and 2 other for an instant. Target creature gains trample until end of turn. That creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature that blocks it. I mean, never in cEDH. Probably not even in casual.
I'm going to pose a new question to you, Ian, which isn't, why was this printed? Why was this put on the reserve list?
That's also a good point. I think before a certain point, I don't know the last set that was on the reserve list. I think before they started doing the new bordered cards, it might have been, I don't even know if there's any reserve lists from those sets, but the last couple of old borders like Scourge or whatever, or Legions or something like that. I forgot all those set names. But I think if it was a rare before, the year 2001 or so, maybe 2000 or 99, it was automatically put on the reserve list. Just as like a collector's thing of like, okay, if you're collecting the set of Mirage, although why is Barreling Attack a rare?
It's not.
If it is even a rare.
Is it?
What does it say?
It is a rare.
Yeah, the old
This is
sets
right here.
didn't have the colors. Everything was just like the black and white symbol. But yeah, why is it... Yeah. Why is that a rare card? Overcosted.
I don't know what the format was.
Is like not horrible. Gaining trample is a very relevant effect in a casual, environment. But or if it's just stapled onto a creature, it's kind of like, oh, sweet. It's nice to be able to push through damage. And then if people are trying to, other creatures are trying to block it, it's nice that it gets a little boost. But it's just like, you'd never play this. There's just cards that give all your creatures trample or give them +5. And, this is just... It's not such dog shit that it feels like it belongs between a 1 and a 2. but it's just like I never run it even in a casual, so it's probably just a 1.
I'll give it a 2, so it gets a 1.5.
Okay. Yeah. Someone's got to be
There we go.
Someone's got to take the bullet.
It's between a 1 and a 2.
Usually, I'm the one who. Thanks for taking a bullet for once. I've got many bullet scars from saying a lot of 2s that shouldn't have been. But ooh, this one's. Well, it used to be good. Go ahead and read this next one.
Baron Master Wizard. So for 1 and 2 blue, you get a Summon Legend. Nice. Wait, what was the... I'm sure it's just a wizard. But yeah, human wizard. And it's a 1/1. Baron Master Wizard counts as a wizard. Oh, there you go. If I was just a little bit more patient.
Thanks for reminding us.
For 2, sacrifice a permanent, return target creature to owner's hand. So, it's a shitty snap on a creature.
Yes. Now, this used to be a infinite with Dockside. If you had... I think you had to make 6 treasures. So you play Dockside, you have 6 treasures. You pay 2 of them for the effect, and then you sacrifice one of them to return Dockside to your hand, and then sack the other 2 treasures, leaving you 1 treasure left, to replay Dockside. And then you start over. So you always net 1 treasure. You get infinite treasures. So sometimes decks that didn't have access to a meal or another infinite outlet with Dockside would run this. Or sometimes people would run it as a second Emil in the deck. I think Emil only needs 4 though, and it just returns it right to the battlefield, so you can do it at instant speed. This is a sorcery speed, but maybe like a Grixis list that doesn't have access, or a different color combination that wants an infinite mana combo. This was great. So but you're right. It is kind of like a shitty, snap, but without the untapping of the lands. I do like that it has you can use it as removal. It's a sack outlet. I mean, it's not a free sack outlet, but it's not terrible.
It's not terrible. And now that you said the Dockside loop, my mind's going to other places and trying to figure out where this works, but I don't think it does. So do we...
I'm almost tempted to say 3 because it's like that's the so close. Like it's so close because it used to be. Because as soon as Dockside, if Dockside, wasn't banned, this would immediately I would say it's a 4. Dockside's banned, and this is like a 2. But because... I could say 2, but I'm tempted to say 3 because, hey, we're acknowledging that for most of the, time that Dockside was unbanned for a long time, I kind of want to at least acknowledge that and say that it's a 3.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll give it a 3. If there's another card that comes along that breaks it, that produces enough mana and provides a sacrifice permanent. I was almost going to say Orcish Bowmaster, but then you need an additional 2 mana to cast the Bowmaster.
Yeah, see, so there's definitely going to be, I know what you mean. It's either one card away from being broken, or I'm sure with an effect like that, I can almost guarantee you there's some way to make an infinite combo out of it, but it's just not worth it. They would require a bunch of cards. Imagine Ashnod's Altar and a 1-drop colorless creature or something, and then you'd have to have something else that like creates, extra tokens or something to sacrifice as the permanent. Like there's loops with this still, but you'd never play them because they're like these weird convoluted lines. But yeah, I think you're right. That's a great point, saying that it's like Pornhub Baron Master video. What? So you already know about this card? That's right there in your search history.
God damn it, Ian. You're fucking...
I wonder if we ever get monetized and they just immediately demonetize us because they're like, you can't say that. You can't plug Pornhub every single video.
Pornhub, sponsor us. We'll wear Pornhub
t-shirts. No, seriously. I would.
I would.
Sponsor us to get videos, to actually get, like, that'll be if Pornhub sponsors us, we will start recording ourselves, instead of just the screen, we'll have video recordings of ourselves, and will wear Pornhub t-shirts.
Okay, so this is just I guess. So the visual audience just saw me going through the combos with Baron Wizard, Master Wizard.
Well, those are just quite a few combos in the deck. Those aren't even using.
Oh, these are just combos in the deck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go to...
I'm a dumbass. Hold up.
Go... that one. The one right below. Yeah. Yeah, the Pornhub link. Yeah, click that one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is... Wait, go to that one up there. So... Oh, yeah. So, wait.
So Master of the Waves and Phyrexian Altar. Oh, yeah, because then you... Infinite creature tokens, infinite colored mana. Oh, Phyrexian Altar. Is that any color of 1 mana? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then the prerequisite is you have to have a devotion to blue is at least 7. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Well, you play this in a mono blue deck.
Yeah. With Baron Master Wizard as the commander. Interesting.
Honestly, that sounds like a fun time.
See, that was what I was trying to see with Ashnod's Altar. See, yeah. I knew there would be something.
Okay, what is...
Because doesn't that thing create tokens? That's probably why. Yeah. Put 4 1/1 colorless.
I think it's like every time it... When it attacks... Oh, it does something else. Okay, cool. Okay, so there are some, like, 3-card combos with this. Now I want to make a Baron Master Wizard casual deck.
It would be really funny to show up. You could make... Now, it wouldn't be like a powerful cEDH deck, but you could say, I have a cEDH Baron Master Wizard mono blue deck, and just run... Basically, and then you just jam Thassa's Oracle and try and, like, do some sort of infinite loop with him, and it would be awful. Like, you'd never... But people would probably be like, what the hell? What does this do? And you're like, oh, sorry, guys, I didn't realize this is a cEDH tournament. Oh, go easy on me. And you get like some weird infinite loop that everyone's like, what? It would be funny. Maybe that's a future episode. We build a Baron Master Wizard mono blue cEDH deck.
Yeah, screw it. That sounds like fun. Let's do that.
Let's do that. Okay. All right. We're doing that. So we gave it a 3. Okay. We kind of went off on a tangent. So if
take a shot.
If you're it was somewhat magic related, but it was a tangent. All right. Is this next one me? Is it my turn?
Yes, the next one's you.
Okay. Bartel Runax. It's black, red, green, and 3 other for a legendary creature, Giant Warrior. It's a 6/5. It has Vigilance, and it reads, Bartel Rune Axe can't be the target of aura spells. Huh.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love protection from auras.
So relevant. Hey, your amphibian downpour can't target me.
Hey, there you go.
You douchebag.
You're fucking...
So, you know what? I'm switching to Bartel Rune Axe because I'm sick of my Kinnan getting targeted by amphibious downpour. So I'm building a Bartel Rune Axe deck.
Okay, so... Should I tell them about
what a
terrible play that I did?
Sure, go ahead.
Ian's referencing a fucking... I was in a tournament recently, and I was at the top table, and the Kinnan player won, and I had an opportunity to stop him, but I made... Essentially, I had... So he had Seaborn Muse and Kinnan out, and I had Beseech the Mirror in hand, and I was like, I don't know what I should be getting, because I don't have another board wipe in my deck. So I got Cursed Totem, and then later on I was like, I should have gotten Amphibian Downpour, because the Stormcat would have been at least 2, and then I could have targeted the Kinnan and the Seaborn Muse. So...
I mean, that's hindsight. I mean, I actually wasn't referring to that, but yeah, stuff like that happened. I mean, I think a lot of people would have made that, connection. Oh, maybe Cursed Totem would be a good, effect to run. So I don't necessarily think that's a bad choice, but yeah, like realizing it afterwards, like, fuck, I could have used Amphibian Downpour, but
could have
more so just referencing it to the amount of times you've casted it, and when we were playing, and I'm playing Kinnan, and like my Kinnan gets enchanted, and I'm like, well, all right, now we're going to be digging for answers for this for a while.
It is a bitch to deal with. I will give you that.
Yeah, it is. But guess who doesn't have to deal with it? Bartel Rune Axe.
That's true.
I think he's going to be the next Jund thing in cEDH since Korvald got killed by the bans. But you know what? He can't be touched by Amphibian Downpour. He's the best Jund option. I'm running him. I don't care what anyone says. That Vigilance, that Vigi. Come on.
This guy gets a 5?
No. He gets, what a do-nothing card. What a it's just, why is this guy even legendary?
It's got Vigilance and it's a 6/5. I mean, that's not nothing.
He doesn't do shit. I mean, yeah, it's a 2. It's not a 1. It's not like, why was this printed?
No foe could slow Bartel's charge. Yeah, I wouldn't call this a 1. This is definitely a 2, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, what did we say 2 is? Like, it's for casual? I don't even know if you play this in casual.
But, I mean, you could. Because you would. Like, I could see someone having, like, oh, I have my Bartel Rune Axe deck. It's just a joke. I really like this character. It's casual. It's not like oh, man. If you haven't, watch our first episode of this. Some of those cards, that was, like, the worst lineup of cards I have ever seen in my entire life. They had borderline squirting tears of laughter on how bad some of them were. I'm just going to go up and really quick and give someone an example of what, like, Amulet of Unmaking, 5 mana for an artifact, and then you have to pay 5 and tap it and remove the amulet from the game just to remove target artifact, creature, or land from the game, only as a sorcery. So this is... You can exile shit for free. You have Deadly Rollick. Or 1 mana, Swords to Plowshares. Or like, what's the Soul Partition for 2 mana? Any non-land permanent. I mean, holy shit, that is terrible. But then you look at that, it's like you wouldn't even run that in a casual deck. But then you look at Bartel Rune Axe, He's this big burly guy. He has an axe. He's kind of cute. He's Jund.
He's got a nice
He's got
ass.
Vigi.
I mean,
his ass is cut off. You can't see the ass, but I guess you've looked him up on.
I don't know why. Yes, I got the
what his ass looks
going
like
right now for Bart's axe.
Yeah, but he's a 2. He's a 2. You might run him in your Jund Giant deck. So he's a 2.
Oh, he is a giant warrior. You can throw him into Nagila.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He could fit in your Nagila deck. Perfect. That's cEDH relevant, right? All right. So Bayou, we already talked about the dual lands, but basically they're all 5s.
Yep.
They're incredible. We all know why.
I think when I was playing Blood Pod, this was probably like the first card that I would tutor for. The first land card that I would tutor for. So Bayou is relatively good in the decks that run it. I think in my time list it's also one of the few, like the first ones that I get.
Oh yeah, because green for like if you're in a deck with green, you want to be able to cast your Birds of Paradise, or like having at least 2 lands with green sources for stuff like Finale and Eldritch Evolution. I mean, there's so many things, and then black is another. If you have green and black in your deck, those are probably 2 of the more prominent colors. I mean, it depends, exactly. But yeah, even in my Thrasios Vial Smasher deck, if I usually get Underground Sea first, unless I have like a Birds of Paradise in hand or something, then I'll get Bayou first, cast that, and then like my next land would be the Underground Sea, so that way I can cast Thrasios turn 2, or whatever. But yeah, no, it's one of the better dual lands, but they're all 5s. That's all that needs to be said.
Oh, yeah.
We'll basically just skip the Bayou. We won't count that as your card. So we'll give you that next one.
So Bazaar of Baghdad.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. I fucking love Bazaars. It's a land card that you can tap it for 2 cards and then discard 3 cards. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not an instant one.
No, it's actually it's super powerful. Just because of that. Now, the fact that it doesn't tap for any actual colors or even colorless hurts it a lot, and it seems bad because you're like, well, you're losing card advantage, like you're discarding 3, but I see some decks that absolutely run this just because of loading up the graveyard for Breach, or the big one that runs it is Gitrog.
Oh, yeah, that's why I know it.
Yeah. It's very, very niche, but there's a couple cEDH decks that run it. There was something where Play to Win, there was a Play to Win like gameplay episode I was watching, and Cam played it, and it wasn't a Gitrog deck, but he was using it for like additional acceleration. I forgot it, and it synergized somehow, and it made sense why he ran it. So, but I totally forgot. I can't think of it, but I remember seeing that and being like, oh, there's other decks that sometimes run it. What are you thinking ranking wise?
I mean, probably a 4. Because like you said, there's very niche decks that run it, so.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 3, and I think it belongs at the 3.5 because it's like not quite, because it's like super super niche. It's like, and Gitrog and the other decks that do run it are like Gitrog is more of a fringe cEDH thing at this point. So I think 3.5 is perfect, just because I wouldn't blame anyone, including you, for ranking it as a 4 or a 3 or anywhere around that. Like it's just a very powerful card across the history of Magic.
Yeah.
Just because you discard your 3 shittiest cards, it's kind of like a negative brainstorm, but you still get the draw, and then you load up your graveyard. So yeah, I think final ranking of 3.5 is perfect for that, because it's like right on that fence.
Yep. All right, 3.5 for Bizarre. Moving on.
Oh, we got another Bizarre. All right. Bazaar of Wonders, which is 2 blue, 3 other for an enchant world. When Bazaar of Wonders comes into play, remove all cards and all graveyards from the game. Whenever a spell is played, counter it if a card with the same name is in play or in any graveyard. Huh.
So
this is just a weird...
It's got some fucking very interesting art. I will give it that.
Oh, I know. And the Bazaar of Baghdad has incredible art too. Is it the same person? No. Oh yeah. Do you want to take a guess of how much Bazaar of Baghdad costs?
Oh God. 1,500.
Probably
2,100. Holy shit.
It used to be more, honestly. Oh yeah, that's the original art. Fantastic. Arabian Nights is such a cool set.
What the fuck is Oathbreaker? Let's not talk about that.
Isn't that like the Canadian? Or that's Conquest. There's some weird... Yeah, I don't know. But Bazaar of Wonders, I don't think we hit 3 minutes on that rant, so you don't drink.
Don't drink.
Or that tangent.
You're already drunk.
Don't drink. So, again, like right off the bat, obviously not in cEDH, but it's an interesting effect. Let's take the cost out of it and just look at the effect itself. I do like removing all the cards and all graveyards from the game. That's relevant. Usually you don't play a card that just does that, but hosing all the graveyard decks, that can be relevant. But then I do like whenever a spell is played, counter it if a card with the same name is in play or in any graveyard. Now that is very specific, but it's almost like a weird pseudo, what do you call it? Counterbalance. But it's more so like if someone if they had already played a Force of Will after this had already entered, because then it would have been exiled, so that wouldn't work. But let's say you play this, and people are like, what the fuck? Why would you play that in a cEDH game? And you're like, just wait. And they're like, okay. And they ignore you, because this, you know what? We're putting this in the Baron Master Wizard cEDH deck that we make. Probably not. It'll probably get cut, but we're putting it in just because. So you put it down, and people are like, okay, whatever. I guess you got it. Like, I can't get my Breach online as fast. Okay, whatever. But then someone plays a Force of Will. Okay, whatever. And then you go for your win attempt, and someone else is like, yeah, I'm going to Force of Will your Baron Master Wizard. And you're like, no. That gets countered. Bazaar of Wonders, bitch. You forgot about my Bazaar of Wonders, bitch.
You've activated my trap card.
Pretty much. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's basically a Yu-Gi-Oh trap card. And it's fucking terrible, but you know what? We're going to build a meme Baron Master Wizard cEDH deck. And this is going in.
All right. I mean, I was going to say I don't have a say in this, but I will. I do have a say in this.
You do have a say in it. Just for the hell of it. We got to put some weird stuff in.
Hell yeah. Okay. What are you thinking? I think, obviously, in a singleton format, this card's kind of bad, but there are also, like, a lot of cards that people play that are in everyone's decks, like Force of Will or Vampiric Tutor or something like that.
Rhystic Study? So imagine if it's already in play. So imagine this prevents multiple Rhystic Studies from being out. Which everyone loves bitching about that, including me. I fucking hate when I'm trying to resolve post ad nauseum and there's 3 Rhystic Studies on the field. I fucking hate it. So I'm going to flash in my Bazaar of Wonders the turn before and then ad nos. But yeah, well, I guess it doesn't get rid of them if they're already on the field. But yeah, no, I'm not trying to say that this is a good card. It's awful, but it's not good. I'll say that it's not good, but it's not awful. It's a 2 for me.
I'm giving it a 2.
Because in casual, I mean, again, I don't know why you'd run this in casual, but it's just kind of a fun, goofy card. So yeah, it's not like a why was this printed.
Yeah, no,
all right.
Like it makes sense in 60 card formats.
Yeah,
Commander, not so much. Okay,
all right. Take care of this next one.
Beast Walkers. It's a 1 and 2 white, 2/2 summon. I can't read that. It's just like heroes.
Heroes?
There we go. Yeah. And then for green, you can banding until end of turn. And if you don't know what banding means, you sweet summer child. Any creature with banding.
Any child with banding. You almost said any child with banding and up to 1. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to move past that, but thanks, Ian.
I had to call it out. Sorry.
Okay, so if any child with banding and up to 1 without can attack in a band, bands are blocked as a group. If any creature with banding you control are blocked or being blocked by a creature, you divide that creature's combat damage, not its controller, among any of the creatures it's being blocked or is blocking. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, banding is the dumbest thing. It's like, what? So it groups them together.
Gotcha.
And then you have like a group of things, so it's like they're either blocked as a whole or let through as a whole. That's kind of the... Is there something... Did it say something about giving an extra attack or anything? Like, is there...
No, it's just they're blocked as a group.
Why would you want to do that?
If you want to force your opponent to block with one of their big things, you can be like, all right, I'm going to band these 2 creatures together. So you're either taking 5 damage or you're losing your creature.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what a useless mechanic. I mean, there's a reason that nothing gets banding anymore. They just were like, yeah. I wish they would make it relevant somehow, but it's kind of like, it's just so useless. Not useless, but mostly. I mean, okay. So let's get this out of the way. Never in cEDH, not even close. Nope. It's from our good, one of the worst sets, Homelands, as we were talking about.
There we go.
It's a 3-mana 2/2 that has banding that you have to pay for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like between a 1 and a 2. It's not like so awful. It's not like this is a 6-mana 1/1 where you pay 3 to ban it. Like those are the 1 cards. That's what a 1 is. Where it's like It's
been
close,
eroded
though.
to be a human beast soldier, so you can throw it into Winota. Just saying. No, you can't because it's got green. Never mind.
Oh. I can't play Beast Walkers in my Winota deck?
Oh, no.
Damn.
Oh, I'm quitting CEDH because of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2. I mean, I wouldn't even play it in there. I mean, do we give it a 1? I don't know.
I'm giving it a 1. I think banding's a terrible ability. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
And you
it's
don't
a
even
1.
get it? You don't even get it? You have to pay for it?
Yeah, you're
Come
right.
on.
Yeah. All right, yeah, it's a 1. 1's across the board, so you don't have to drink. All right. So we got Benthic Djinn, which is a blue and a black and 2 other for a Djinn creature. It is a 5/3, and it has Island Walk. During your upkeep, lose 2 life. Good old
All right. Solid 1
90s
for me.
Magic
That
cards. Yeah, it's just a do nothing. It's just so expensive just to do nothing.
Do nothing.
Like,
Would you like
this
Island
is
Walk and
not
a 5/3?
terrible in like a probably in the era that it was played in, because it's like, oh, you got a 5/3 that can't be blocked by people that have, islands, which was probably, I think, blue has always been one of the more relevant colors in all of Magic's history. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I feel like I could see this being played back in the day as like, oh, this is my big stompy thing that I push through damage on. But yeah, no, I think it's a 1.
It's definitely a 1.
Hey, at least we're getting.
There's really not.
It's not it's not as bad as some of the old ones that from the other episodes. Man, some of those ones were like ungodly bad. This is just like I wouldn't even play it in a Djinn deck. Maybe then I would.
Maybe. That would be a cool tribal.
Is there? I don't even think there's enough.
We can find out.
Maybe there are. He's looking it up. MTG.
I'm looking it up.
Djinn.
There are 36
There's
Djinns.
36 Djinns. They're blue, black, and red. I haven't seen any other. And green.
There's a green one. I think mainly you're just doing blue and black.
There's probably a white one. Oh, nope. So it's a 5-color Djinn
There's
deck.
a one. There's a 5-color Djinn deck, so you can do. Ooh, you know what would be a funny?
36 is enough. You just run all the Djinns. They're all super expensive, so you can never fucking cast them. But that one's just 5/6 with flying.
Little flavor.
That's it for 7 mana.
5/6 with flying. Oh shit, that one. Djinn of the Lamp.
Yeah, a big do nothing card.
Yeah.
The art is funny.
Okay, cool. Djinn Tribal. You can make it happen. It's better than Jellyfish Tribal.
Yeah, that's getting yeah, I remember the Jellyfish Tribal, there's like 10 jellyfish or something. Maybe a few more, but there's not many.
Barely enough to make a fucking deck out of, and they don't really do anything synergistic.
Nope. Neither do the Djinns. But yeah, I guess one's across the board. Yeah, take on this next one.
Black Carriage?
Yeah.
So, for 3 and 2 black, you get a 4/4 trample summon Carriage. That's right. You get a Carriage. Does not untap during your untap phase. And you can pay 0, sacrifice a creature to untap Black Carriage. Use this ability only during your upkeep. Unfortunately, I would say it's like you could play it in like some casual shit, but that cost, that's outrageous. 5 for this ability? Nah, I'm good.
For a 4/4 trample? Yeah. What is it eroded to? Because there's no way it's an actual carriage is the type.
It's a horse.
Oh, it's a horse. Okay. That makes sense. Again, another creature type where there's just not enough. But would you even play this? Is there, I guess, like if you're forced to play it in your horse deck because you're like, well, I need all the horses I can get. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just such a do nothing. I guess it's a 1.
It's a 1. I was going to say 2, but nah, you're right. It's a 1. Like, it's not good enough to be put in any deck. Doesn't really do anything. You do get a sacrifice, like free sack outlet, but not only during your upkeep. That's kind of shitty.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
How many more players do we have? Okay, we gotta do it quick because I actually gotta get going.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, let's do a lightning round. Well, Black Lotus.
All right. So
that is 0 mana for an artifact, and you tap it and sack it and add 3 mana of any one color to your mana pool. Wow. Obviously banned in Commander, but if it were legal, this would be every single deck. It would be the best. I think it would be the best card in the format.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily.
This is an instant 5. It would be played in every deck. Like, you think Lotus Petal is good? Goddamn Black Lotus, man.
Yeah, even if you think Mana Crypt was good, this is better. I know Mana Crypt it's free and you get 2 colorless every turn, but the pure explosiveness of the turn 1 Black Lotus. I mean, okay, turn 1, I'll play a land and I'll play a Soul Ring or something, and then I'll play a Black Lotus, crack that for 3 blue, tap the Soul Ring, and play my Heuristic Study, and I still have 2 blue floating, which I will use to protect the Heuristic Study cast, or cast something else, or like my Arcane Signet, and then tap that for a Birds of Paradise. Okay, I'm going to be untapping, even though I, like, holy shit, the amount of turn 1 plays that would be devastating.
Or with that same scenario, you get a fucking turn 1 Ad Nauseam.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
So easy.
Or imagine post-Naus. Being able to be like, oh, I'll just play my Black Lotus post-Ad Nauseam. Oh my god. Turn 1 Necro Potence while still having mana open from your land and something like, oh my god. There would actually be a significantly higher amount of turn 1 wins.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, almost it happens once in a blue moon. Someone will win turn 1. I've only seen it once, and it was actually you. You turn 1 Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation. And we were like, oh, okay, well, we'll shuffle up and play again.
Was that when I was playing Kess?
No, you were playing, I think it was Tivit. And
was it Tivit? God damn.
Yeah. Because you got
It was a Gemstone Caverns.
Gemstone and a Lotus Petal and another land. Yeah. Open, and you had Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation in your opening hand, and you're like, all right, let's go for it.
Sounds like something
I didn't even get to play anything. I think I was in 3rd seat. You were in 2nd seat. So I think Stocko played past turn. You did that, and we're like, all right.
Let's just shuffle
and it was
up.
so long ago, but I remember having a decent hand, and I was like, fuck, I was kind of excited to play this. But good win. But yeah, stuff like that would be even more common, because you'd absolutely mulligan aggressively to try and get this. You could mulligan down to like 3 cards and be like, oh fuck, I got my Black Lotus. Hell yeah, we're back in this. So this is if there was, I could give one card and all of the reserve list a 6, it would be this one. A 6 out of 5.
I think we can do that. I mean, we gave 2 cards zeros, so
yeah,
we can give this a 6. Fuck it. Who's gonna stop us?
Hey, yeah, as we always say, it's our fucking show. This is our fucking show.
If you object, leave a comment down below.
And I hope you do, because I've never responded. I actually I'm nice to all the occasional jackass that comments. I'm like, hey, funny comment, pal. But
I do like
this, maybe we should just start responding to everyone. This is our fucking show. If we ever do T-shirts, we have to have the Enlightenment 1 card at a time phrase, but
on the back,
it would be really funny to have on the back, it's our fucking show.
We can make that happen.
We can make it happen.
I say when we hit like 500 subscribers, we should make some T-shirts. Just throw that out there.
Or maybe we do it at 1,000, something like that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we're a ways away.
Like we're only like 100, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're at like 160 something. We're doing good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Read this next one, which I feel like I've seen this card before.
Blaze of Glory. For 1 white, you get an instant, and target creature can block any number of creatures this turn. It must block each attacking creature this turn if able. Okay. So that's an interesting card.
I know. I feel like I have seen this before. Because I remember I was looking for like... I've always wanted to own like an alpha rare card. But they're super expensive, and I'm pretty sure this is rare, and it was only printed in, the ABU era. But I thought this was like a really cool effect. Because you can use it
kind of like it
offensively or defensively.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say you're getting attacked. For 1 white, you can have your 1 tiny little creature block all of them. So someone totally swings out on you, you can block, and you only have 1 creature on the field. For 1 white mana, you just blocked all of them. Now, it doesn't stop something like a Crater Hoof, because of the trample, but it's interesting. And then you could also, it must block each attacking creature that's turn if able. You could use it to kill another creature, like that's smaller, that you're swinging with multiple creatures at someone. You cast this and force their, Dranith or whatever card that creature you want to get rid of to block all of them and get killed. Now, I don't think this would be played in cEDH. I've never seen it. There's just combat damage is just not relevant enough in our format. But I really do like this card, though. Just as like a little tech, like combat trick card. I've always been fascinated by those cards. The little like gotcha, unique cards. God damn it, you're pissing, aren't you?
Yes,
God damn it. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise?
You were going on such a rant that I was like, all right, it will be fine. I can do this quickly.
Son of a bitch. Okay, I'll stop my rant there.
No, I agreed with you, though. Like, the combat damage is not as important in this format, so it doesn't matter. But it is an interesting card, and I do like it. So I'm going to give it probably a 2.
Sorry, I had to burp. That was my response to you peeing. You know what?
Fair.
I'm going to take
Fair
the bullet and give it a 3.
Okay.
Just so we can have it be a 2.5. I really like it. I really like it a lot. More than I should. But it's just such a unique card. There's not, I don't think that I like the double aspect that you could use it, you know, as like a pseudo removal to trick someone, like force someone to block, or defensively block like a massive attack. Again, more so for casual, but so I don't know why it would be ranked a 3 because you'd never play it in cEDH, but I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe well, no, we can't put it in the Baron Master Wizard deck. I'm gonna start brewing that when we get off.
Baron Master Wizard?
Let's
do that.
I'm gonna start.
Like, don't brew it, but like just look at some combos and then we'll do it for an episode.
Oh, we'll do it we'll brew it as, gotcha.
Yeah.
No, that's better. Now, next episode probably should be Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah, next episode will be Final Fantasy.
Set review? Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, I gave it a 3 just so it would get a 2.5. Because I just think it's like so close to being potentially relevant. It's just that combat damage isn't relevant enough in our format. But
yeah, I agree. I do like it though. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the one person surrounded by all these beasts or dragons, it looks like, and they've got an axe. And they're going down in a blaze of glory. It fits perfectly.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, and we said we were going to go fast, so let's try and actually do that. Blizzard is 2 green for an enchantment. It has a cumulative upkeep of 2. So, yikes, that's rough. You cannot cast Blizzard if you control no snow-covered lands. Creatures with flying do not untap during their controller's untap phase.
Nice. This is definitely a card that was supposed to be sideboarded.
Yeah, in the back in the day, because that's from Ice Age. Ice Age had some weird mechanics, and then the Snowland. So, okay, never in cEDH, probably not even in casual. It's just it's a 1. It's just I can't even make the justification for 2, just because you play it. Someone could still have a shitload of fucking flying creatures. I guess they would have already maybe been tapped like they attacked you previously, but they can still hit you with them, and then you're going to have to pay the turn after that. You pay 4 and then 6 to keep this thing around. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, the cumulative
also, why do only the
it.
flying ones? Why do only the flying ones? So it's like, why would a blizzard... I mean, I guess a blizzard would hurt a lot of people, but like, why only flying?
I don't know. That's kind of.
I guess they had to have some excuse. Yeah, it's the anti-flying. Yeah, it's a 1. It's a fucking 1.
Yeah, it's a 1. That cumulative upkeep really fucks it.
Oh yeah, that ruins it. I mean, it's not good either way, but the cumulative upkeep is the nail in the coffin that it is indeed a 1. All right, take care of that next one.
All right, what do we got here? Bogard and Phoenix. So for 2 and 3 red, you get a summon Phoenix. With flying, it's a 3/3. If Bogarden Phoenix is put into a graveyard from play and has no death counter on it, return Bargoden Phoenix to play and put a death counter on it. If Bargoden Phoenix is put into any graveyard from play and has a death counter on it, remove it from the game. There's a whole lot of nothing to say about this card.
Yeah, it's really a 5-mana, pip-intensive costing card for a 3/3 with flying that comes back one time.
Yeah.
It's basically like a persist creature, only it doesn't get -1. And what's the opposite of persist?
Get that undying.
Undying, yeah. So, yeah, it doesn't... It's basically a 3/3 flying with persist that doesn't actually have the -1 effect to it. But, I mean, pretty useless. I'd play it in a Phoenix tribal deck. That's about it.
Phoenix tribal deck. Okay.
I had a really quick. I want to see. Where do you go to? No. Connections. Ian Dix. Packages. All decks. I feel like it might not even be on there. Okay, no, it is. Oh, I didn't even finish it. This was 2 years ago. I was trying to make a Phoenix tribal deck.
Nice. I didn't even know about that.
I was just like brewing it for fun. I have a bunch of decks on my thing that I should make some of these private. So because they're not even finished, but maybe I'll just leave them. Who cares? But I like this because at the beginning of each end step, if a creature card left your graveyard this turn, target Phoenix you control deals damage equal to its power to any target. So, and the whole point of Phoenix is they're always coming in and out. And then whenever another Phoenix you control dies, you may cast this card from the graveyard. So you can have, it keeps going to the graveyard. So hopefully you don't have to pay the commander tax. And it's red and black, and it would just be a fun. I'm pretty sure is Bogarden. Yeah, Bogarden Phoenix. It's right there.
Nice.
It's in the deck. And yeah, all I did was put
Wheel of Fortune.
There's a fucking French Wheel of Fortune. Why is the card look beat up? Why is the art of the French version on Moxfield has the wear and tear of an actual French Wheel of Fortune? Did they just take a picture of an actual card?
My question is why did you default to French?
I don't know. I don't remember putting that in. And then there's a bunch of rituals.
Oh, a mana crypt? Oh my. Ian, you can't.
Well, this clearly wasn't casual. There's an Underworld Breach. Well, this isn't fucking casual at all. This is a Rakdos borderline cEDH staples included, but not relevant at all in the format. And we said we were going to go fast, and we just went on another rant. So, Bogarden Phoenix, I'm giving it a 2.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 2.
So people do have to drink. Yeah, because it was literally in a casual list that I made, kind of, because there's fucking Breach in it for some reason. All right, let's try and go quick.
Well, how long have we been going for?
Oh, we could just stop there, honestly.
Yeah, we've been going for about an hour.
Yeah, let's stop there.
We'll do all the
Perfect
bones later, I guess. Bone Dancer and Bone Mask, you have to wait.
Boris Devilboon. Oh, that's such a cool name.
What?
Boris Devilboon. No, the one after Bone Mask. Boris Devilboon. Hold on. I'm just going to read this one. Boris Devilboon, 3 other, a black and a red, for a 2/2 legendary creature zombie wizard. You pay 2 black and a red, tap it, put a 1/1 black and red demon creature token named Minor Demon onto the battlefield. I don't know if there's any other card that creates minor demon tokens, at least that I've heard.
That's pretty fucking
Boris Devilboon. He does. And that's some sick art too.
That's gonna be my next D&D character.
Boris Devilboon. It does sound that would be a really. Would he be like what? Like a necromancer
Of
that
course.
reanimates demons?
Or maybe I should do Skyrim and Necromancer and just name him Boris Doubleboon.
That's actually perfect. I've never done necromancy in Skyrim. I've never made like a pure necromancer. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. I've always wanted to do that.
We should.
You can do.
I've always wanted to do like for our channel. If we ever do live streams, just as like to mix it up, it would be really hilarious if we have like 2 cameras. Now this would be extensive. So this is like, hey, we're doing well on Patreon and we've got thousands of subscribers, and we can like once or twice a year we meet up and we like live stream all fucking day, and we have a camera that's top down that's on a board so we can play Magic, and then we have the camera on us, and then you have the feed, and we stream like a video game. So we're playing Magic while playing Skyrim, and we make like a Boris Devilboon Skyrim character. Or we do like a Dark Souls character that's made out like, stream us playing Dark Souls while naming it some famous Magic character, and we'll try and role play as them. I guess Boris Devilboon isn't really a famous one, but he is very relevant. And that look on his face tells me that he's pissed that I didn't know who he was.
Oh,
you
for sure.
Know who I was?
You don't
Boris
know
Devilboon?
Me? All right. Boris Devilboon, what would you give him?
5.
5?
He's going to be, he's a 5.
Yeah, he's a 5.
No. No. I don't know. Like a 2. He'd be fun and casual. He's too cool. He gets away from the 1. I mean,
You're
4
right,
mana just
cool,
to put a
so
1/1. Yeah, he's too cool. He gets a 2. Everyone drink.
That's the last card on the list.
And that's the last card. All of you, go home. If you're already home,
go home.
Go out of your
nerds.
home. Yeah, beat
Go
it.
on the Tiki-Talkies or something and watch our videos.
Really quick. We have to do
what?
An update for... So our best card of the day, obviously, was Black Lotus. And the worst card... Maybe Balm of Restoration. Maybe Blizzard. Yeah, Balm is pretty terrible. That's just fucking... At least the other stuff is like...
Beast Walkers is pretty terrible as well.
At least that's a creature, though. The Balm of Restoration. And you sacrifice it. So you're paying 3 mana and sacrificing an artifact to gain 2 life. That's the worst card of the day. And if we had to organize by all of the best cards that we've done so far, Black Lotus is number 1. The dual lands that we've done, Ancestral Recall, those are all the 5s. And then we only have 1 4, and that is an Altar of Bone, which is a really good tutor in Selesnya colors.
Here it is. It's also got really cool art.
Yeah, and it's a tutor that it's like a sack outlet too, kind of. It's a one-time sacrifice. But I had this in my Minsk deck with Protean Hulk. It's just not, and you have so many creatures in the deck. You just sacrifice your, Academy Rector or whatever. Search for a Silence, and then when that dies, you already get your, other combo piece. You cast the Silence, and you just go off from there. And yeah, there's a bunch of shit you can do. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. And yeah. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff.
Go on other social media platforms and like us there. We sometimes post. I mean, where's the sweet business? It's me.
Kinda.
Sometimes posting.
And that's all we could ever ask for.
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else to say, Ian?
No.
All right. Beat it, nerds.
Beat it. Peace.
See you in hell.